welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We are just about ready for football here at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Today, a good battle in the AFC. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. McPherson getting this one started. Off we go from Cincinnati. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special. And needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one.
And he's going to be stopped out at the line to begin this ball game.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on second down. And that ball incomplete.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have. And fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to get the first down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
He'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. They are led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020, national champion at LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
We're looking at one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league. And really, Mike, it's not just post-snap with the arm talent and the ability to make every throw, but it's even what he's able to do before the ball is snapped. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. Remember, coming off an injury-shortened season just a year ago, he's looking to prove he's still an elite quarterback in the NFL.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Defense. Automatic first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Pass caught, Gesicki on the right. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 then. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
That's complete. It's Yosivon. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 18-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And he's going to have that first down. They didn't want to settle for 3. And now it's 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. Now, Burrow. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Mike Gesicki was the intended receiver. And now 3rd and goal coming up.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They bring Chase in motion. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Nico Remigio to bring it back. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Mahomes on 1st down. That's caught. Travis Kelce. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and we're able to convert.
And he's close to another 1st down. It's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
So, from 37, here's 2nd down and a yard. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and short. Here's Patrick. That is caught. He gets the hookup with Rice. 20 yards on that pass play. 1st down, KC.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And the Chiefs are going to be set up. 1st and goal. He is down at the 6. Here's Pacheco. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball right on the 5-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Throwing is Mahomes. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
This is the 8th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. 3rd and goal. Now, Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This, about as short as you can get. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will tie the game at 3 apiece.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So, the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at 23-yard line. Bengals offense ready for their second possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They go play action for Burrow. He'll swing this one out to Brown. And will be forced out of bounds, a very short gain.
At the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Tight end on the move left. Here's Brown. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 9. Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
A carry here for Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down. They'll mark him at 29, but it's a new 7 down. His 1st down picked up.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosifov. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Contact up front. Did they get
Neutral
one of the
zone infraction.
defenders to jump?
Defense. Automatic first down.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. On the move left. He runs with it. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment. But there is a penalty flag on the play. To throw is Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Smart decision there on 1st and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision-making here. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Burrow to throw. That one is on the back of the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Now remember back, like their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bengals take a 10-3 lead.
Chiefs 3.
To the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once more. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. In the middle, he's got Kelsey. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Chiefs.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's hot. It's Xavier Worthy. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon. And and it'll wind up being a first down.
46-yard line.
They put Kelsey in motion. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. Right back to the air for Mahomes. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's first and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Moving left, and he's into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Chiefs will tie things up. It's now 10-10. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Charlie Jones now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow now to throw on 1st down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. Here's Burrow. It is brought in the end zone. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals go up by 7. It is now 17-10.
17. Chiefs 10.
Four seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down throw, Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs are able to cut it to 4. 17-13.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Bengals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The lead sits at 4. So he'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run it here. It's Samaje Perine. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. 33. Here's second down and 5. Burrow. That's complete. It's Yoshiba. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the connection. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. This one complete to Higgins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Second and 10. Now, Burrow. There's that man again. Another catch.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Got to get this to the 25. Here's third down. To throw is Burrow. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Here's Smith to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Off the play fake. Mahomes. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll bring up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
To the right side in the hands of Rice. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one's good for 12 and a first down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
It is 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. This caught right side by Worthy. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. It's a gain of 6. First down, Chiefs.
Mahomes just going to flip this forward. Quick throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. And the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
On 4th down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. Jones now on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Burrow now. Back into the hands of Yosivas. He's going to be marked down up around the 33. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you can see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Into the secondary at the 45. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one?
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now, Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
They'll run here with Brown. They'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They bring Chase in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Chase Brown, touchdown Cincinnati. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Pearson now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Bengals will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Chiefs 16.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll his way across the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And it's caught down the field. It's worthy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pickup good for 29 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on second down. Over the middle, that's Kelsey. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late. And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage, and I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Back at the 34-yard line.
Third and long. Now, Mahomes. Gonna fire. Deep ball for Rice. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And they are indeed back within one score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now Brown. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up 1st downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9.
Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Burrow gonna do this himself. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. A gain there of 21. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. This is caught for a touchdown. There is a penalty flag down. Let's see if this one holds up.
Offside. Defense.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bengals are going to extend their lead.
Bengals 34, Chiefs 19.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Remigio now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Mahomes back. Open man right side is Kelsey. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Second and 2 at the 45-yard line.
They come up for 2nd and 2. Throwing now, Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelsey. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Our first down throw there is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They put Kelsey in motion. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Looking middle, and he's got Brown. 11 yards on the connection there, and the Chiefs have a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the first down, Chiefs.
Motion man is Rice. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
16 more yards.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
First down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. That's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
He'll be forced to just blow that one away. It's incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throw, it was clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Here comes second down. Right back to the air from Mahomes. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Mahomes now to throw again. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. And in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.